welcome to episode 3 of what I know about the Oklahoma City Thunder, but you don't. I am Tyler, aka Sir Knows a Lot, and I realize I've had a couple of videos already this week, but as you recall, there was a lot of things happening. Paul George was introduced, Raymond Felton and Patrick Patterson were introduced, Westbrook won the ESPY for Best Male Athlete, and then all the stuff involving who we won't mention on this show anymore. So we're back to our regularly scheduled show, which one I'll have every week, every Saturday for the rest of the off season until the regular season, which there's only 14 weeks left, which seems like an eternity, but hopefully it goes by really fast because I'm excited for the season. Since there's about 14 weeks left and there's 15 players on the Thunder roster, I'm going to start each week profiling one of the Thunder players leading up to the regular season. And I'm starting that today. And I'm starting that with one Nicholas Collison. Yes, Mr. Thunder himself. He of the double part. More on that in just a minute. Nick Collison, I've had a love-hate relationship with him. He's about 2 months older than me, and he went to the University of Kansas. While he was there, I went to Oklahoma State University. And no matter how good OSU was, they always lost to Kansas, much of which had to do with Nick Collison. So I did not like him at all throughout college. He was drafted by the Seattle Supersonics, which the team I chose as my favorite back then because Oklahoma City didn't have a team. But I didn't really pay much attention to them, really, until they came to Oklahoma City. So then, now I love Nick Collison. Everyone does. He's a hard worker. His stats aren't flashy. He's averaged about 6 points per game for his career, about 5 rebounds. But he does those things that stats don't catch. He'll dive for a loose ball on the floor. He'll give a good hard screen. He'll play good defense. He's guaranteed every game he appears in, there'll be one great backdoor pass to one of the guards. Like I said, he's a great defender. He hasn't played as much the last few years as he's gotten older, but anytime they played Zach Randolph, you knew Collison was going in because he defended him very well. But he's just one of those glue guys that you want on your team. He's not a superstar. He's not going to, lead you by himself to a championship or anything. But if a team's going to win a championship, they need guys like Collison. And just yesterday, he agreed to a 1-year deal that will be his last professional season, and he will retire as a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder, which I think is really cool. It'll be 15 years with one team. So this season will be fun watching him for the last time. Like I said, his backdoor passes were a thing of beauty. He was always diving on the ground. There was one stretch of games a couple years ago when he was bleeding from the face from every single game, just like gushing. It was pretty cool. And also, he's a really nice guy. If any of you all have been to Oklahoma City Thunder games, the gates open about 2 hours before tip-off. And when you go in, you don't have to go directly to your seat. No matter if you're sitting up in the bleachers or not, or the rafters, you can go down courtside and watch the players warm up. And most of the times, the players will sign autographs once they do. Now, some of the players warm up before the fans come in, like Westbrook. But Collison was one of those guys that always warmed up during that time frame right before the game. And he would always sign autographs for everyone that was holding out a pen and paper. And one time, I mentioned about the double part in his hair. There it is again. We asked him about it as he came by to sign our program, and he just laughed and he said he didn't know. So he just gets up and his hair falls into a perfect double part. I mean, that's mythical, legendary stuff. But he's a really nice guy. It'll be sad to see him go, but I hope that his final season will end with that championship trophy. So that's Nick Collison, our player profile of the week. I'm not sure who we'll go with next week, but tune in to see. And as for this season for Collison, kind of a preview of his upcoming season, he probably won't play a lot. He only played 20 games last year. He'll probably appear in something like that as well. He'll appear against Randolph. He'll appear against some other bigs, or if the team is in need of a jolt of defense, they'll send him in. But his locker room presence is huge, and a team that's got 3 new players on it really needs a guy like that can really bring everything together. So that's Nick Collison. Other news and notes over the past couple of days, Andre Roberson's, he re-signed or agreed to a new contract a couple of weeks ago, but it became official today. Thunder released a statement saying they had officially signed him, 3 years, $30 million. It was interesting because he was a restricted free agent, which means he could have signed with anybody, but the Thunder could match whatever contract he agreed to with another team. And it seemed there wasn't a lot of money flying around, and he didn't get as much money as he thought he would, but some interviews he did today, he was fine with that because this is where he wanted to be. This place was like family. This is where he was drafted. Everyone on the staff had been great to him. He loved the fans. So that's great to hear. So that's just pretty much the news this week. And that's all I have. I'll see you again next Saturday where we'll profile another player. Actually, we're going to profile Semaj Christon, the backup point guard for the Thunder. Probably the third string backup now. We'll profile him next week. So until that time, like, subscribe, comment, let me know how I'm doing, let me know what you want to hear, some ideas. Hit the little bell next to the subscription button so you can get alerts whenever I post a new video, because as you know, a new video may pop up middle of the week if something big happens. So as always, we'll see you next time, and until then, always, 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 Thunder Up.